going on in the markets and what I'm trading. If you decide to act on it, that's of your own volition. That's why this disclaimer says that I am presenting this for informational and educational purposes only, full stop. Intellectual property rights. Yes, we have intellectual property rights such as, but not limited to, trademarks, patents, copyrights. You get the idea. We've got a lot of intellectual property tied up in what you're about to see, so please ask us before you reproduce it. All right, let's talk about Visa, shall we, my friends? Visa. I saw unusual option activity in this one today, reported it on the halftime report. Thank you for all the comments on the stock tickers and the ship in the background. Always appreciate that. They were buying the May 215 calls. So these are calls that expire in 2 months because we've just passed the March deadline, regular March expiration. This will be March 26th expiration, of course, this Friday, 2 days hence. These are 2 months into the future. So we're about to go into that hard time decay area. The final 6 to 8 weeks of an option's life is when it accelerates day by day more and more. Time decays away. So what you need to be aware of is that there are strategies to mitigate that, such as a one-to-one bull call spread. There are more sophisticated strategies, but I figure in this forum it's better if I stick to the regular strategies that I employ on a daily basis, such as the call vertical spread, which is what I'm doing. So I bought the 210s and sold the 215 calls. I did that one-to-one. So if I'm buying 100 of the one, the 210s, and I sell 100 of the other, the 215s, I'm controlling 10,000 shares of this stock and doing it for a lot less money, of course, with a lot less time decay. Since I didn't purchase it straight out with options, I had one option against another option. That cuts my risk. So you need to be aware of that. There is Visa, and perhaps why somebody decided to bet that maybe this one has a nice kick in the pants between now and May. Look at that. It's 209 and change. It was 225 just last Friday. So I'm just telling you, or Thursday perhaps. So I'm telling you, take a look at that. Think of the money that's going to be spent, and much of it coming on credit cards, of course. Some people will walk in with cash. Others will pay with credit cards. And I think this is a play that works into that 6 to 8 week time frame into May expiration. Remind you, if I could, that we have a daily Crypto Bites show. We are building our own crypto hedge fund, 2 of them actually. And I'm making you aware of the fact that every day at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, I sit down with those 2 young men that are above me in that picture, and we discuss mining, we discuss doges of the day, in other words, cheap altcoin shots. We look at various levels where the whales and so forth are buying and selling, because it's not one way. And we do all that for about 15 minutes. If you care to watch, it's free. You can watch it live when we stream it. You can see it on YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram. You can see it just about everywhere. So encourage you to check it out. Also encourage you to, when you are checking it out, make sure that you are aware that we have a crypto trading room where for $1 a month you can join for the first month. First month only, $1 a month. After that, it would be $29 if you choose to re-up. But you will only be charged $1 for that first month. You can decide if there's enough information there to justify a $29 purchase. We would hope that you do. And the fact that we have thousands of folks in that room right now makes me think that I'm right about a lot of folks love the community and the talking back and forth with other like-minded investors, many of whom are coming over from the equity side of trading. Take a look at this one, Boeing. Look at this. The stock's $244 a share. That was up 1.23%. We see unusual buying in a host of strikes, 240s, 245s, 250s, and so forth. These are options, folks, that expire this Friday, March 26th, 2 days hence. So you need to be, like me, aware that this is very fast time decay. So you want to move quickly. That doesn't mean you should trade it, but it means if you do trade it, you need to move quickly to take profits or cut losses. You don't want to just ride these into the expiration. There is some of the activity early on today. Look at that. March, those first three on that list are Marches. The March 245s, 247.50s, 250s. Look at the volumes. 52,000 of those 250s. 12,400 of the 245s. 10,900 of the 247.50s. And then they're out in April at the 250 and 250 strikes as well. That's a lot of trading. It's institutional. I like it. I followed it. I'll be in it short term. There it is just moments ago, 245 up $3.90 or about 1.6%. Also encourage you, as I have already, to check out our YouTube channel. YouTube, you just type in Market Rebellion. When you do that, you click subscribe and you get all of our videos for free. You could just go there every day too and not subscribe, but it costs you nothing to subscribe, and it allows us to keep pushing out live content. So please, if you find it interesting, please subscribe to the channel. Keeps us up and running, and we appreciate that. So again, YouTube, type in Market Rebellion. You get the daily crypto bite. You get Pete's The Take. You get my 60-second video, my 3 at 3, as well as podcasts. Check it out. And I'd point out that tonight, the 24th of March at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, I will join our chief option strategist, easy for me to say, Ryan Mastro. Ryan and I will go over how we trade unusual option activity. So if you like these short little bursts like this for 15 minutes or so, you're going to love how we go over unusual option activity and trading it for most of an hour, answering your questions as well. Completely free. Just go to marketrebellion.com to register. Thank you. And lastly, Applied Materials, April 125 calls. Look at that volume picking up 18th, 19th, and then again today, the 24th. Good sized volume. We joined in. There's the stock, 124.16 up $7.78. That is why we trade options, my friends. Bang. And if you'd like to seize control of your financial destiny, why not join us tonight? It'll be myself and Ryan Mastro. There's my brother Pete and I. And you can check it out at Market Rebellion. Sign up. You get it for free. Questions? You've got questions. We've got answers. Let's hit it. First question, no cheese. And that was coming to us from Hunter, 78744. Says, halftime absent Najarian Brothers is like a sandwich without cheese. It's good, but damn, why leave off the cheese? I agree. And have you ever wondered what happens to the cheese like that? What happens to those holes when the cheese is gone? Things that make you go, I like that. Thank you very much, Hunter. Vol or volatility. Hey, maybe you have a hint on how to handle imploding volatility right now in terms of decreasing option prices, even when the stocks go up well. Many thanks. Have a nice day, Chris. That comes to us courtesy of at CSCHEER13. All right, Chris. I mitigate that through that one-to-one call spread, sir. So in other words, for every call that I buy, I sell a call. That way, I've got time decay working for me in the call that I've sold, time decay working against me in the call that I've bought. To the extent that they're both in the same expiration, they don't have to be, but if they're both in the same expiration, the decay should be pretty similar in both, unless one of them that you pick isn't in the money. The time decay will be very similar, so because they both have X number of days, weeks, month to live. So that's the way I mitigate it. Thank you, Chris. And financially illiterate Illuminati says, sorry, John, but there is zero chance I take fiscal advice from a man wearing such a hat. All right, well, whatever. Like I said, so noted, but that's why I'm wearing this hat. Maybe he takes advice from somebody wearing a beret. You never know. And CLF. Hi, John. I agree with you regarding CLF. Do you own stock or options? I own both. Thanks. I own both too, sir. I used to just own stock, sold out of that as it made that nice rally. And now, after a 10 to 20% correction in these names that I mentioned on halftime, I am buying back in call spreads as well as buying back in with stock. Last question, Gary Hargraves. And Gary's handle is at Gary_HARGREAVES. Hi, John. Just curious as to whether you closed out your nuance calls. No, sir, I have not. And here's why. You recall yesterday, I showed you the chart of nuance. I have the 45-47. Now, I might close it out pretty quick, but as of now, no, I have not. A, these were May calls, so I have a fair amount of time to be right. B, Gary, the options yesterday, even on a down day, I only lost 8 cents. I think you might recall that. Well, what you're not going to believe, Gary, is this. Maybe I should close it all out today. They're both down 80 cents today. Like I say, time decay, and that's theta, the letter T, volatility compression, vega. Both of them are down 80 cents today, Gare. So if you have the 45-47 like I have in May, they're both down 80 cents. I'm not being squeezed. If I was just long the other, those May 47s that were trading almost $3, I think, and it's down to 170, yeah, I'd be at my limit right now. I'd be taking them off because of that 50-cent drawdown that I talk about all the time. Once I get to 50%, off. This one, however, I'm not down. I'm down 8 cents. Now, if nuance doesn't find its footing here, I probably am going to close this one out, Gary. But as of right now, I am down 8 cents over the past 2 days that I've had this position. That's the power of doing those one-to-one spreads. I'll be talking about that tonight with Ryan Mastro. So make sure you go over to Market Rebellion and sign up. It's free. So you should do that. Anyway, thank you, folks, for joining us. Please tell a friend about the YouTube channel. They just need to type in Market Rebellion. We appreciate it. I'll see you tomorrow. Bang.